What's up, guys? It's Cameryn back at it again with another video, and today we are going to be doing a video that I've been looking forward to the most, and that's going to be a video about dreads or starter locks, anything of that nature. As you can see, I don't have full dreads right now. You might be able to see a little better, but they're getting there. You know, there's a little bit of progress, but you know, I'm just gonna tell y'all how you can lock your dreads faster, how you can grow your dreads faster, what the products I use to my hair, what I do to my hair in the mornings, what I might do to my hair at night. So yeah, this might be an interesting video for some of y'all. If you like it, of course, leave a like. Please subscribe. Leave anything you have to say in the comment section down below, and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so as you may know, there are a lot of methods that you can use to start dreads or make your dreads lock faster. And first, I'm just going to point out the few ways that you can start your dreads. Of course, there may be plenty more. If I leave out some, just drop them down below. But here are the main ways I know how to start dreads. Number one would have to be the comb coil twist. And that's pretty much when you just take a little section of hair that your loctician or whoever's styling your hair will part it in a certain way, and they'll take the comb and twist it and keep pulling it down till all the hair is like in a spiral form, and that's how you get comb coil dreads. Keyword coil. Number two on the list would have to be the 2 strand twist, and from what I've heard from other people, this is not a good way to dread your hair because apparently it takes longer. But you know, I really wouldn't know too much about that because, like I said before, I use the comb coil method. Number 3 on this list, and I don't really think this is that common, but from what I've heard, is a towel method. And like people say, like they'll take the towel and just like circle their hair, sort of kind of like the sponge method. And the sponge method would have to be number 4. But I feel like the sponge method is more common than the towel method because most of the time you'll see like boys sponging their hair. But sometimes it's not always for the purpose of getting dreads. Other times it may be. But yeah, those are 4 ways I know of how you can get dreads. And the 5th and final way that I know of that you can get dreads, and of course this is kind of like the most obvious way, and that's freeforming your dreads, which means pretty much not messing with your hair at all and letting it do its own thing and lock into its own shapes. And it'll be like, sometimes it'll be like different sizes, or you might have like one big one. It's just, you really never know with freeform dreads. The next thing I would like to point out concerning dreads is your hair texture. Some people, it may take a longer time for your dreads to grow or lock, only for the simple fact that your hair texture may be a little bit softer than most. And for me, that like kind of sort of was the case, but it worked out better than I expected. I have a softer texture of hair than some may have, so don't get discouraged if your hair doesn't lock fast or if your hair is not growing as fast. The growth part may not have to do with your texture, but the locking part might. And you know, my hair is kind of soft and it's kind of a little like less tighter than most people's would be. Like some people's curl pattern may be tighter than others and some people's may be looser. This being said, your dreads may not lock as fast. Alright, so right now I'm just going to show you guys what type of products my mom uses when she retwists my hair, or like what I use to keep my hair from itching. I don't wash my hair myself right now because it's a little bit too soft for me to be comfortable just like regularly washing my hair. So I'll show you what my mom uses when she's retwisting, and if I can find the shampoo that she was talking about, then I'll let y'all do that too. Alright, so when my mom does my hair, she usually will take some product and put it at the root of my dread and then twist it. Majority of the time she'll twist it with her hands. If there's a lot of new growth or a lot of unraveling, then she'll take the comb and retwist it. But for the most part, she just puts it at the root and then she twists it like this, and then she'll palm roll it to get all the loose hairs back together. And for starters, I'm just gonna show y'all the most important like product that we use when twisting my hair, only because my hair is not as mature as my sister's hair or her boyfriend's hair. So for me, the most important, these little clips right here, I don't know if it's gonna focus, but these little clips are the most important part only because my hair will not coil around itself like my sister's or her boyfriend's might. That being said, we have to have something that'll hold it in place while it's in the coil form. That way it won't unravel right after we finish retwisting. The second thing I'm going to show you guys is my lifesaver. If you're like me, I used to not drink a whole lot of water, so I used to get really dry scalp. And this being said, my hair would be very itchy, and I've been doing way better, so my hair doesn't itch as much, so I really don't have to use this. But it's this spray right here. I don't know if y'all be able to read that or not, but this is a no more itch grow spray, and the brand, I'm not sponsored, this is Rasta Locks and Twist Jamaican Mango and Lime on me. But in this, as you can see right here, well, you might not be able to see, but it says mentholated, so pretty much just saying there's menthol in this. So if I spray it, it's gonna smell like menthol, and menthol is like usually a minty smell. So what this does is it helps like take that itch away from your scalp and your hair, and all you have to do is just, for example, like spray at the root and then rub it in, and it'll make your scalp feel a little tingly, but that's just letting you know that it's removing the itch from your hair. And also it says it promotes growth, so this is always good, and it fixes dry scalp too, so of course I needed that. The third thing I would like to show you guys is really like something that she just introduced to my hair, and y'all may not agree with this, but for me, I have to have something to hold my hair in place, or like I said before, it will unravel. So very uncommon for most people, but it's Gorilla Snot. And most of y'all will know this stuff holds. Your edges are not going anywhere with this stuff. But this is mainly for like the middle of my hair, because the middle of my hair is a little bit more soft and it tends to unravel a little bit more. Like they're kind of like wider, just to keep it in place and to keep it from unraveling. The next thing I'd like to show y'all is something that's similar to the Gorilla Snot, and just to keep my hair like held in place, and that is a little bit of this edge control, I think it is. Olive Miracle African Pride Silky Smooth Edges. And what she uses this for is the smaller dreads on the sides of my hair where all the soft baby hairs are. That way it'll stay in place and it won't go anywhere, mainly for unraveling purposes. Okay, and the next two products are going to be for the actual retwisting part of my retwist process. So the first one is this locking gel by the same brand for the growth spray, Jamaican Mango and Lime. And yeah, she really likes this. She says it works a lot. I really wouldn't know the difference, because this is pretty much the only thing that I've known that's been used in my hair. So yeah, it says it's locking gel, starts and maintains locks and twists naturally, long lasting hold and no buildup. That's one of the main things we have to be careful with my hair, is the buildup portion of it, because like I said before, my scalp can sometimes be very dry. This being said, there's going to be like stuff, you know, so you don't want all that white stuff in your dreads. You don't want, like, if you see some people's dreads and you can see that there's stuff in there, you don't want that. That's something you really want to avoid. And the last thing, it's pretty much the same thing, except it's like two different textures. This is gel and this is cream wax, or creme, however you say it, if it'll focus. But yeah, by the same company or brand, and this just does the same exact thing as this. It's just a different texture, and I believe it's a different color. But yeah, that's the products used in my hair. And now I'm about to tell you what I use to wrap my hair at night. At nighttime, you always want to ensure that your hair is wrapped up in some kind of way to prevent unraveling, breakage, you know, hair loss, thinning, stuff like that. You don't want to walk around with frizzy hair. You don't want to have dreads that are thinning, and you don't want to have unhealthy hair. That's the most important part. Like, if anything, avoid unhealthy hair because it'll show. You don't want to end up like Lil Wayne. Okay, so the things that I use to wrap up my hair at night, the most common thing I use right now is just a bonnet, because you can just throw it on. My hair is pretty short right now, that's why I use it. You know, just throw it on. It's just there. You don't have to worry about it being too tight. You don't have to worry about your hair scrubbing up against the pillow. And the thing about these is you've got a less silky side, and then you have the silky part. And the silky part, you want this really should be like obvious. You want the silky part to touch your hair, because this is gonna let it like run smoothly, and it's not gonna scrub and be rough and stuff. The second thing I use, and I use this mainly right after I get a retwist, or if I have a style that requires it. So there is to it. Keep adjusting it to your liking or whatever. Yeah, so nothing crazy. Just do it. And after I do that, I back it up with the bonnet, because if it falls off, trust me, it's a pain. Yeah, but that's the two ways I wrap my hair. Alright, so for beginners, this is one of the biggest questions. How do I lock my hair faster? And this really, like, it differs for everybody, but there are a few things that you can do to promote it a little bit, and it has worked for some people it hasn't. So I'm just gonna tell y'all what I do, and it's really nothing big. For me, if you know me, then when I get bored, you'll usually catch me like playing in my hair, and surprisingly, this promotes the locking and the tangling part of it. Like, this is my favorite dread. It has the jewel on it, but I play with this dread the most. I don't know why. I guess it's just like right in the middle of my head, like directly in the middle, so it's just there. It's convenient. And the ones in the back. The second thing I would say that you can do is style your hair. And when I say style it, I don't just mean, oh, 2 strand twist it up. No, like, get some sort of braids or something, and then don't bother your hair. Just don't. This, for me, has helped it lock like a lot more, because what it does is it forces them to come like and compact. It forces them to be together. Another way I can say, and I used to do this, yeah, you just take a crochet needle and you put it in your hair and you go back and forth and back and forth. And what this does, pulling in loose strands, pulling in more loose strands, tangling it all up together till eventually it feels like a mature dread, even though it's not a mature dread. But you have to understand that there's a downside to doing that, because that could cause hair breakage, and for some, they might not want to take that risk. I was at desperate measures. The next method, I would say, and I haven't tried this method personally because I was kind of iffy about it, but some people say you can spray your dreads with salt water, and like, don't go overboard. But mix some salt and some water in a spray bottle, spray it in your hair, and they said this is going to promote maturity, because it'll lock up if you wet it. Spray it with that salt water, because what the salt does, if you pay attention, salt draws the moisture out of things, and what it's going to do is the water is going to allow your hair to move around a little bit, but the salt is going to remove the moisture. That way your hair won't get mildewed and your hair won't get all moldy and stinky. That's something you really do not want. You really want to avoid mildew in your hair. That's not something that is healthy whatsoever. Alright, so I just told you guys what to do to promote locking. So now I'm going to tell you what to do to promote growth. The first thing, have a healthy diet. Your body depends on everything you put into it. Your hair needs the right vitamins. your hair needs nutrients. You cannot expect to have healthy hair if you don't eat healthily, or at least to a healthier point. The next thing I would have to say is styling. You'll notice fast results. The next thing I would have to say, and this is kind of sort of based off what I just said, but let your hair be. Let it do its own thing. Your body knows what your body has to do. Do not get your hair retwisted every single day. Don't get your hair retwisted every week. Every 2 weeks, depending on your texture, maybe. Me, I used to go every month and get my hair twisted once a month, and I noticed that this, not only did it let it lock faster, but my hair was growing because it wasn't a lot of things messing with it. Another thing I would like to say that will help your hair grow is to not put too many products in your hair. This is going to just cake up on your scalp, and of course if your scalp is caked up, it's not going to allow for your hair to grow healthily, and it could cause breakage too. Alright guys, that's all I have to say about letting your hair grow and helping it grow. And so yeah, I might update y'all every now and then on my hair, but I really don't think that's going to be a big deal for this channel, because if you pay close attention you will notice the hair growth. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more content, please like the video, comment down below what you would like to see as well. All tips are accepted, all feedback is accepted. Yeah, so that's all I really got to say. See y'all in the next video.